Hey, and welcome to Turo Fitness Podcast, a podcast for people who want to get no BS information about fitness and know that fitness is about so much more than losing scale weight. It's about feeling confident in your skin and empowered in your life. I'm your host, Turo Virta, personal trainer, strength and nutrition coach, and most of all, a husband of my beautiful wife, Miriam. Each week, my guests and me will give you some no BS fitness tips and motivate you to take action in your own personal fitness journey as we talk about nutrition, exercise, mindset, personal development, and executing in life with enjoyable but still effective strategies. If your goal is to look better, feel and be strong and experience transformation from inside out, you, my friend, are in the right place. Thank you for jumping in, and now let's jump into today's episode.
Hey, and welcome to this Turo Fitness podcast. Today's topic is 5 signs you must stop trying to be in a calorie deficit. So I recently have worked with a couple clients of mine who are having these signs, and this came to my mind that I probably should talk a little bit more about it, as it's very, very common, especially not only with women, but even it's more popular on women. But what I have seen very often, especially women over 40s or even older women, who I have been able to help, that is something that they have been dieting their almost entire life, or at least several years, and that is so hard to realize that when it's enough, that you might have some goals like being as skinny as possible, or reaching some visible abs, or having some kind of being in a vacation, and it feels never that you are never in your goal and you are never achieving it. So in this episode, I'm talking about this a little bit about my current clients, and also what I have worked in the past, and just in general signs what you should be looking at yourself, because these are something like that, because what is really hard to understand without actually knowing when it's enough. Because what often happens is that you are kind of trying to lose weight. You are not in your goal weight yet. You are not happy with yourself. You are not as skinny as possible. You are not where you want to be. And then you know that to be able to lose more weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. But then it feels so frustrating, because it might not be working. You are not going to be there where you want. And then at some point you must stop trying to be in a calorie deficit. And this is something what have been a game changer for so many of my clients. And if I ask you that calorie deficit, it's a phase. It's a fat losing phase. It's not a lifestyle. It's not a thing what you should be aiming for being all the time. So it's just in short, what is calorie deficit? It means that you are trying to lose body fat in a purpose, and it means that you are trying to eat less calories than your body consumes. Then what is what you should be spending majority of the time is maintenance, and that is something where you try to maintain your current body weight. And then if your goal is to do like some body recomposition or gaining muscle mass, then you should be eating in a calorie surplus. We will talk a little bit about later, how you can actually combine those and get kind of all results. But so this is because if you what are the things, like if you are trying to be in a calorie deficit, so all the time, so how you are probably going to feel, you are going to feel all the time that you are never, you are hungry all the time. You feel like that if you are as soon as you are, especially this happens often with the older women, if you feel like that if you are on spot on with your nutrition, you are able to maintain your weight. But as soon as you go overboard, you eat a little bit more, you go for vacation, you gain some weight, and you are not, it takes months or at least weeks to get rid of that weight what you gained. And these are already first signs that now it might be something that you should try to go away, or you must stop trying to be in a calorie deficit and think it in a different way. So it's a phase, and just in short, that calorie deficit is a phase, and it depends, of course, how much you have weight to lose, how long you have been in a calorie deficit. But in general, rule is that calorie deficit should not be longer than, let's say, 12 to 16 weeks. And as I mentioned, I have worked with many people who have been 40 years or even longer trying to be in a, not maybe all the time, but at least that mindset is that I need to lose weight, I'm dieting. And that is something what you must change. And these are the signs. So sign number one is that you are consistently hungry, or you have obsessive thoughts about food. So what it actually means. So first sign is that when you are feeling hungry all the time. So it might be, and this is something what those hunger cues. If you have been under eating for a long time, you might not actually feel hungry, and you might be. I unfortunately have worked with people who have. Who are not hungry, who are simply not hungry. They are eating maybe 1,000 calories, maybe 800, maybe even less, and they just don't need more. And this is not a good thing. It means that your hormones are most likely imbalanced, and you need more food. Your energy levels are very low, and it can lead to all kind of eating disorders, and not actually, your body can't work with the best possible way if you are not giving it enough energy and enough foods. So this is something what you have to be careful. If you are all the time, if you find yourself that you are kind of thinking all the time food, like that, when it's going to be my next food, can I eat? If you have foods like that, these foods I can eat, these are good, kind of like good and bad foods, what you are allowed to eat, what you are not allowed to eat, and then what happens when you eat those kind of bad foods, what you are trying to eat. So if you are feeling kind of guilty, because often this is kind of already disorder eating habit, if you are having good bad foods and then it comes on, you are taking it like how long you can take. It's always that you are trying to resist, and then at some point you are telling yourself that fuck it, I'm gonna have it, and then often when you do it, then you can't stop eating anymore. And this is already kind of binge eating, overeating habits, and that is something that often you have to, it's a sign that you have to stop trying to be in a calorie deficit. So and also understanding that what is, because there is a difference being having a physical hunger or having some emotional cravings. So those are two different things. So physical hunger is something that your body, your stomach is crawling. You have probably like lower energy levels, or if you are emotional, you're having some emotional cravings, it means that you have a stressful day, and then you are thinking like, no, I need it. I need some food, or you are sad, you are happy, whatever emotional, you are suppressing your emotions with food, and that is called emotional cravings. So those are kind of different things, and they are you have to learn what is the difference between those behaviors. So how to actually go, like how to improve it, and it's what I'm big believer and big fan is like practicing kind of mindful eating techniques, such like eating slowly, paying attention, hunger, fullness cues, and kind of trying to savor every bite what you are eating, and obviously that trying to focus eating mostly nutrient dense foods like that promote like kind of satiety, so like lean proteins, fiber rich fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, that kind of stuff. So when most of the foods are that kind of like healthy healthy foods, that is going to help you already alone. And then sign number 2, it's if you are having fatigue and low energy levels. So this is something what is often as a result being a calorie deficit. So if you feel like that you don't have, you are all the time tired, you don't have energy, you don't have energy, that every time when you have something day off, you just want to lay, you don't want to move around, and that has often, it has something to do with your calorie intakes, energy levels, and metabolic function. So when if that is something what you are experiencing, you must stop trying to be in a calorie deficit. So when it's like that, it kind of like somebody said it like that it's like a car can't go if you don't have fuel in it. I don't like comparing your body with a car, but it's kind of true that if there is no fuel in your body, there is no chance that your car is going, or your body is working or functional. You can't have low energy levels, and obviously how that is then affecting often when you are too long in a calorie deficit. Your sleep suffers, you are sleeping worse, you are moving less than usually because you don't have energy, you sleep bad. So it's kind of creating that circle all the time, it's a vicious circle, dangerous circle where you are going through. So what it's a simple fix. It's again going away from calorie deficit, trying to prioritize those nutrient-dense foods like a complex carbs, lean proteins, healthy fats. I know I'm going to mention these things often. They are simple things, but they are the best things what still do work. And obviously other thing what helps is just trying to drink plenty of water throughout the day. So this kind of, and plus that what is actually helping to boost your energy levels is to trying to incorporate like physical activity. It might be something that it's the last thing you want to do, but it's actually helping boosting your especially mental energy. If you have chance to go outside, do outside. Like for me, it's walking outside. I love outside, but it's if you look just how you are sleeping, what kind of mood you have. If you have possibility to be outside, go for outside fresh air or doing some kind of physical activity. Obviously, if you have low energy levels, it don't have to be anything crazy, but something what makes you feel good. And it's still in a long-term strategy. Because in the short term, I know you don't want to do anything, but that movement, workout, it helps with reducing stress, and also for stress managing techniques. I'm not going to go through any deeper, but like some breathing exercises, meditation, those are obviously helping with the stress, or simply just if you have what I love using myself and for my clients is simply journaling. Whatever you have, if you have stressful situations, putting it out from your brain, either writing in notes, talking it to someone, but once it's away from your brain, it's you don't need to think about it. It often helps you to improve the quality of sleep and reducing stress. So then sign number 3 is that if you have been plateauing with your weight loss. So what is called plateau? First of all, definition is that it have to be at least 4 weeks. I would say that usually it's at least 6 weeks or 8 weeks, depending like on your situation. But at least if you are not losing weight in a month, that's still totally normal. If you are not making progress, or depending how you are measuring your progress, but if there is no progress within 4 to 6 weeks, it's considered as a plateau. If you are not losing weight every single day or every single week, that is still not a plateau. But if you, let's say that you are, how to know if you are in plateau, if you are at least 80% consistent. Let's say that you have your calorie goal, you have your workout goal, you have your step goal, you have been accomplishing them 80% in past 30 days, but you are still not seeing progress. That's a sign of plateau. And if that is the case, then you must do something else. You must change it. So how to get out of a weight loss plateau? I have several podcast episodes about it, going deeper, but basically, in short, you have two options. Either it's that traditional, what everybody knows, move more, eat less variation, but for most people who have been in a calorie deficit for weeks, years, months, or even decades, that's not going to be sustainably possible. So you have to find something else. And often in this case, it's again taking diet break, eating more. And because if you keep repeating same things, your body is getting used to it. So it's kind of same thing. If you do same workouts, if you go, I use example with the running. If I would go to run now for the first time in 3-4 years, I'm sure it would be very, very effective. I would be very sore. I would need probably a longer, I don't know how long I would need, but let's say that I would go to run for 5K for the first time. Maybe I would need 30 minutes to do it, and that would be a very good workout for me. But let's say that I would start doing it more often, and I would go 3 times a week, aiming for that 5K for 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure in a month, in a 2, if I think it in a 6 months, if I keep doing the same things, that would become already pretty easy workout, pretty easy run, 30 minutes. It wouldn't be that effective anymore. So it's the same, like obviously you know that, okay, then you have to run longer or run faster to make that effective. But that's the same thing with nutrition. So you have to, if you keep repeating, keep eating exactly the same way, but you don't like the results what you are getting, you must change something. You have to change something. So it might be eating more, eating less, or changing something, because if you repeat the same things, you will repeat the same results. And that is the best way to go out of plateau. And often, if that option, what is that move more, eating less option is not feeling sustainably, then it's taking diet break. And basically, you raise your calories either by using reverse dieting. It means adding calories week by week. So it's kind of taking a little bit more time, or then just overnight. You go whatever your maintenance calories should be, and start eating more. And this is when I do this with the people, this is the scariest thing they have probably done ever in their life, especially for someone who have been dieting for years. It is so scary to start eating more, because there is coming that fear that am I going to gain, especially for some people who have lost significant amount of weight, then you are scared that am I going to gain everything back? Or if someone is having a relatively lean, and then they are like suddenly that now if I start eating more, am I going to gain like 30, 40 kilos more, or even 10 or whatever. But there is always that fear of becoming either what you have been in the past, or becoming a lot fatter than you would like to be. So, but honestly, it's in your head, and you can be expecting when most people, they are quitting, if they are trying to do this alone, what happens when you start eating with the purpose more. So you are going to gain scale weight, but when you are gaining, it's usually I would say from experience, for most people it's 10 to 14 days when you are gaining a little bit scale weight, when you are raising your calories. So this is very simply, if you think it like why it's happening, why am I gaining weight? So of course, if you happen to eat more, for example, carbohydrates, you incorporate to get more energy. So every gram of carbohydrates holds 3 grams of water. So let's say that you are adding 200-300 calories more of carbohydrates. So, or let's say, let's keep it simple. It's if you add 50 grams of carbohydrates per day. So that is around 200 calories only form of carbohydrates. So that is a source of energy that you have. Carbohydrates are a source of energy, not making you fat unless you have some medical reason to avoid them. You should not avoid them. But let's say you have 50 grams of carbohydrates more. So it might be only 200 calories in form of carbohydrates, but what it causes that every gram of carbohydrates needs 3 grams of water storing it into your body. So you eat 50 grams more, 200 calories more per day, carbohydrates, but that needs another 150 grams of water just storing it into your body. So your body holds more water. You eat 50 grams more of carbs, you have 200 grams of weight more already in your body. And you can imagine you have more foods in your stomach, in your system. So of course, it would be a miracle that you wouldn't gain scale weight, but that is not fat, because the only way still to gain fat is to eat in a calorie surplus. And you are still, if you have been trying to be in a calorie deficit, you are going to be in a maintenance, or even if it's a slight surplus, 1 kilogram of fat is around 7,000 calories. So it won't happen. You won't gain fat by adding 200, 300, 400, 500 calories a day and doing that for a month. So it doesn't happen. So don't be afraid of it. It's totally normal to gain scale weight, especially in the beginning when you are starting it. But then when your body starts to understand that there is more energy available, you start to feel more energized. You are moving more. So, and with moving, I don't mean that you don't need to make more steps, but you are using your body. Is like it's often like a small things what you don't even recognize, like how you are talking, if you are like using your hands, or how your facial impressions are, and those are things that requires energy also. And when you have more energy, you are doing those things automatically more. So you need more energy, even if you don't. With the purpose, you don't raise your steps amount. So these are very, very small things, but usually those are things that happen. And when you start adding calories, it's often, like I said, 10 to 14 days. And most people, they lose that weight. They might not be starting to lose weight, but they lose that weight, that initial what they have gained in the beginning. And often it happens also later. Like let's say I had clients who were eating like 1,000 to 300 calories, and their maintenance should be 2,000. And when we started to add calories, we added 100, 150 calories per week. And it took, obviously, in the beginning, they gained scale weight. But then you can imagine when we kept moving, like let's put it at 150 calories per week, we added that for week 1, another 150 week 2, another 150 week 3. And let's say after 3 weeks doing this, you start from 1,002, you have been adding 400 calories. So you are 1,600, 1,700 calories. When your maintenance calories should be 2,000, you are still in a calorie deficit. So that is why some people are telling that you start to lose weight when you are eating more. No, the reason was that everything started to work a little bit better, and you were still in a deficit when you were eating. Because often when I hear that people are telling that they are not losing weight eating little, that they start to lose weight when they add more weight. But what often happens, if your maintenance is 2,000, you try to eat 1,200, and you might be doing it for Monday to Friday, and then weekend, you're like that, okay, now it's my cheat day or whatever, and then that is that, or you have some snacks or cocktails or whatever, and then you in a 1, 2, 3 days time you eat a lot more than your body needs, and that is then what is actually causing it, that you are not actually in a calorie deficit or eating as little calories as you think. So adding it more, it gives you first of all mental freedom, that you are actually it's not forbidden to eat more. You must eat more. And that's something like that. It gives so much freedom, so much more things that you can enjoy, start to enjoy life. And also it affects into your workouts, into your energy levels, your sleep. So it's kind of a win-win situation. Even it's the scariest thing what you could be doing. So then let's move to sign number 4, and that is decreased performance in your workouts or physical activity. So I already touched a little bit. So it's often, especially physical activities, you just feel like that you don't have energy. You don't want to move around. You just want to lay. You don't want to, or you are not, even if you must be moving, but you don't really enjoy it. So, but especially in a workouts, if you are working out and you don't make progress. Let's say that you are doing strength training or you are doing some cardio workouts and you don't feels like that you are all the time injured, or you are all the time you don't recover. You don't make any strength progress. It feels like that nothing happens. You work maybe hard, but it's not getting anything. So this is kind of same example what I used earlier, that if you don't give right fuel for your car, it won't drive along. So same thing with this. So with the nutrition and your workout. So think it like this way, like if what is the hardest thing to understand for someone who, let's say, women often, they have a weight loss goals. They have a goal weight where you want to be like let's put it, if it's like 65 kilos or 140 pounds, whatever, or 130 pounds, whatever that number is. But then they also want to look better, feel sexier, feel more confident. And how you get all those results? The answer is very simple. It's strength training. And how you get then strength results. Then women are often that I don't want to lift heavy weights. I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to get too bulky. I just want to get more defined muscles. But the honest truth is that how you get more defined muscles, how you get more toned muscle, is by getting stronger, is by doing strength training. So this is something what you must keep it in mind, that the only way to get muscle definition, more toned muscles, is by doing strength training. And that is what you must be, what is the key. And what it all has to do with the calorie deficit. So if you are eating in a calorie deficit, let's say that muscle is a tissue, like fat is a tissue. And if your goal is to lose body fat, so we talked about calorie deficit, so you must be in a calorie deficit. But if you want to build muscle is a tissue like fat. It requires more energy than your body naturally needs, and plus it needs a signs that you are sending through resistance training, that I'm doing these push-ups or bench presses or squats, and there is coming kind of progressive overload. So I need to do all the time something more. So your body must think it like that. I need to respond for this. Like that idiot there is making me to do push-ups, even I hate them, but they are so hard. So now your body is responding it that I need to build stronger body, that I'm able to do it because I need to do it all the time, and there is coming even more. And then if the nutrition is not aligned with what you are trying to tell with your workouts to your body won't be able to respond. Your body doesn't know what it should be doing. So keep it in mind that nutrition is a very important part of workouts or progress in your physical activities. So this it affects, and the most optimal way is not only be like what often people are doing, is that you are eating all the time, trying to be in a calorie deficit. You are doing some strength training, and you are trying to lose fat, build muscle, everything at the same time. When if you are completely new in strength training, it works. It's the best way to do it. But soon as you have experience, I would say that from 3 to 9 months with the strength training, that's not the most optimal way what you should be doing. So it's always at least going into maintenance, even in a slight calorie surplus, and focusing only on making kind of your workouts, getting stronger on your main priority, and then using those calorie deficits kind of in a phases, like a short period of time. Like I said, it's a phase. What should not be, let's say it's 12 weeks is already pretty long. 16 weeks, I would not recommend to keep it longer than 16 weeks. So using that kind of deficit in order to get leaner body, but still, if your goal is to build muscle, you need to align that goal with your nutrition. So otherwise your body won't be able to, because even if you send that signal, get stronger, you might see small improvements, but it would be a lot better if you change your nutrition, change your workouts. Obviously workouts also, you need to keep telling like different kind of things. Sometimes it means that using heavier weights, doing lower amount of reps. Sometimes it's doing lower weights, more repetitions. And but just basically changing things around. And this is why it's very complicated topic trying to cover in a so sort of period of time. But if you have a proper strength training program, hiring a coach, buying a proper strength training program, what to follow, who knows from people like what they are doing, that is the best investment you can make. And obviously my membership coaching, if you think that I'm that person, my membership coaching or one-on-one coaching is the thing what I do. That's what I do for a living. People love those workouts, results what they have been getting, how much more confident, how much more progress they have been making simply by following a proper strength training program. So this is all available in my membership coaching, and I will put links to the show notes if you want to join. Then sign number 5, it's mood swings. And if you feel changes in your mental health. So this is something, if you often calorie deficit, it's mentally, it's exhausting, because it feels like that you are never in your goal, and you change kind of like your mood swings all the time, and that is something what is also sign of how your mood is, how your cognition, emotional well-being. And if you have recognized, or because these are often things that they might be hard to recognize by yourself, but if you have a partner or some friend is telling that what is wrong with you, why you are always like, why your mood is swinging so much, and please pay attention, listen carefully. Even if it's I know if you are a woman and your husband is telling this, often it might feel like that, well, what is he complaining again? Or if you are a male and your wife is telling you something, it might be like that, why she is telling it. But trust me, these are kind of things that pay attention if somebody is telling this, because especially if you are dieting, because I know many people who are telling that my spouse is, I can't take it when they are trying to lose weight, that they are kind of all the time getting that mood is swinging from being angry, being happy all the time. So pay attention, because these are for mental health. It's very, very important to understand, and also for if you are living in a relationship, just for your own and your partner's good, pay attention. So these were all signs what I had today for being in a calorie deficit, or what signs you have when you have to go away. I hope if you recognize yourself that you had at least one of these signs, you must go away from calorie deficit. And like I said, there are two options. Taking diet break, it doesn't mean it can be controlled diet break. You can be, if you are tracking your calories, you can be aiming for maintenance calories. You could be using reverse dieting, or you could simply practicing mindful eating, or kind of intentional, like eating without tracking, but just it's intentional eating, or initially like just aiming to eat in a maintenance, but because it doesn't mean, diet break doesn't mean that you can eat whatever you want. It means that you are with the purpose aiming to eat more calories. And often in these phases, it's very beneficial trying to track your food intake, at least for a week or so, that you have, if you are eating mostly same kind of food, so you learn from foods what you are currently eating, and then it helps you to make better decisions next time, and ultimately following your progress, weighing yourself. I recommend to weigh my clients every single day, but using only average weight per week. So this is something what helps you to understand that there will be always those fluctuations, but then also at the same time, it gives you kind of possibility to see trends, where your weight is going, what is happening, measuring your progress, taking pictures, following or writing down what kind of weights you have been using in your workout. So these are all more kind of data you have, better chances are that you are recognizing the right trends. So thank you for listening, and I would appreciate if you could leave a 5-star review. If you haven't done it, thank you for those who have done it, and talk to you soon.
Hold up, friend. Do you love Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast? If so, the best way to say thank you is to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. I know every podcaster wants you to leave a review, but it's because those reviews help the podcast to reach more people. I truly want to know what you think, and if this particular episode resonated with you, would you also please share it? Either send a link to someone who you think will find it valuable, or take a screenshot and post it into your social media and tell your friends and family why they should listen it. Make sure you tag me so I can hear your feedback and give you a little love. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram or TikTok, that's the perfect time to hit that follow button. Thank you for being here and listening to Fit Me Turo Fitness podcast.